Ladies and gentlemen, there is a stirring in the heavens. A message not from man, not from this world, but from the throne of God. The angels are speaking and they are saying, your future spouse is restless. They are longing, they are praying, they are preparing because divine destiny is at work. You may be walking through life wondering, Lord, where is the one you promised? Where is the one you've chosen for me? But I want to tell you today, heaven has not forgotten your desire. God has not ignored your prayers. And your future spouse, they are not indifferent, they are stirred. There is a holy restlessness in them, a yearning they cannot explain, because your names have been written beside each other in the eternal pages of God's perfect will. The world tells you to chase love. Culture says to go out and find someone before it's too late. But listen, when God writes your love story, He sends His angels before you. There are things happening in the heavenly realm that you cannot yet see, and one of them is this: God is deeply involved in your love story. It is not random, it is not guesswork. The desire in your heart for a future spouse, for a godly union, for a purposeful marriage, that desire is not man-made. It is God-planted. Long before you even knew what to pray for, heaven already had a blueprint. And when God writes a love story, He sends His angels ahead to prepare the way. In the natural, you may feel like nothing is happening. You wake up, go to work, serve God, and return home to silence. But in the supernatural, angels are moving. They are assigned to your future. They are touching hearts, opening doors, closing wrong ones, and stirring divine restlessness in the one God has chosen for you. Heaven doesn't wait for you to take notice before it begins to act. God starts aligning the pieces long before your eyes can recognize the pattern. His angels aren't just messengers, they're movers of destiny. Sometimes you pray for love and think your words disappear into the clouds, unheard. But God hears every sigh. Every lonely tear that drops on your pillow is recorded in heaven. And the answer is not silence, it's preparation. God is dispatching angels to arrange divine connections. They are going before you to prepare the heart of your future spouse. That person is being awakened by God even now. They may not fully understand the stirring in their soul, but they feel it. They feel the pull. They feel the weight of an unseen promise. They feel that something or someone is coming. This is not fantasy, this is spiritual reality. Throughout Scripture, angels moved ahead of God's people to prepare the way. When Abraham sent his servant to find a wife for Isaac, it wasn't just a trip across the desert, it was a heavenly assignment. The servant prayed, and before he even finished, Rebekah appeared. That's what happens when heaven is involved. The right people show up at the right moment, not by accident, but by divine orchestration. You are not alone. Though you may feel forgotten, heaven knows your name. The angels know your story. They know what God has promised you. They know the weight your heart carries. And more importantly, they know who you are destined to walk with. They see the blueprint. While you wait, they work. While you wonder, they move. God has placed these angelic assignments on your behalf, and nothing can stop what they have been sent to accomplish. You may not recognize their movement because heaven works in silence, but rest assured, your future spouse is being drawn toward you, not by charm, not by coincidence, but by the invisible hand of God. They are being pulled by divine strings. Heaven is setting up encounters, weaving stories and pressing purpose into their spirit. This is why they can't settle. This is why they are restless. They are waiting for something they haven't yet seen, but God has already seen you. Do not believe the lie that God is unconcerned with your heart's desire. God created marriage. He honors covenant. He blesses union. And because He is the author, He takes an active role in the Scripture. You are not writing this alone. The author of life is still holding the pen, and he has sent angels to bring the right people together at the right time for the right purpose. There are no delays in heaven, only perfect timing. And even when you think nothing is moving, heaven is making room. The one God has for you is not hidden, just being held until the appointed time. The angels are watching over that moment, guarding it, guiding it, and making sure nothing interferes. And when that day comes, you will see the evidence of everything that was happening in silence. It will be undeniable. You will know that only heaven could have arranged something so perfect, so timely, and so filled with peace. Because when God is involved, the story always reveals his fingerprints, and they are already all over your future. There is something stirring in the heart of the one God has chosen for you, something they cannot fully explain. It's not just emotion, and it's not simple desire. It's a divine restlessness, a holy unease placed there by God himself. Deep down in their spirit, they sense something is missing. It's not a longing for just any relationship, but a hunger for the one relationship that is tied to their purpose. This restlessness is heaven's whisper to their soul, that something is coming, that someone is near, that a divine connection is being prepared. Even now, they may be searching for clarity. They may be trying to make sense of this internal tension, wondering why they feel a pull towards something they haven't seen with their eyes. That's because God is speaking before the introduction. The Spirit of God often moves in a person before the path is revealed. Your future spouse doesn't have to know your name to be drawn toward you in the Spirit. God speaks in impressions, in dreams, in inner convictions. He unsettles the heart, not to cause confusion, but to awaken it, and the one he has for you is being awakened. They are being stirred with a hunger for more than shallow connections. They're beginning to outgrow surface-level relationships and empty promises. It is not because they are broken or demanding. It's because the call of destiny is louder than the noise around them. God is calling them to something higher, and in that call, your presence is already being felt. They might not see your face, but your spirit is calling to theirs. The deep is crying out to the deep, and in that divine echo, they are beginning to sense that they were made for something more, someone more. This is not about impatience. It is not about discontent. It's about timing. When God's appointed time approaches, heaven begins to move both hearts. And when that moment nears, the one he has chosen for you will feel it in their soul before they ever hold your hand. That restlessness is a signal. That spiritual stirring is a sign. It is the voice of the Spirit saying, "Get ready, I am doing something new." And your future spouse is listening, even if they don't fully understand what they're hearing. God is not passive about your union. He is not just waiting to surprise you. He is preparing both of you for something sacred. The restlessness in their heart is not a distraction, it's preparation. It's an invitation to seek deeper, to pray more earnestly, to surrender old patterns, and to make room for something that will not look like anything they've known before. They may feel alone, but they are not abandoned. They are being drawn by divine hands, step by step, thought by thought, closer to the day their path intersects with yours. And just like you may be praying and asking God, "Where is the one you have for me?" they are asking the same. They are wondering if the ache in their heart has a name. They are asking heaven if the longing they carry is for someone they haven't yet met. They're hoping their wait is not in vain. They're hoping the stirring they feel is not imagination but revelation. And they are right. That stirring is not foolishness. It is divine truth. It is the evidence that heaven is on the move. Sometimes we forget that God speaks in silence, that he works in the unseen. Just because you haven't met does not mean the process hasn't begun. The angelic assignments have been released. The preparations have been set in motion. God is not going to allow two people who are meant to walk in purpose together to live forever apart. He is the God of divine intersections. And when he begins to move, he does so in both hearts at once. Even now, that divine restlessness is shaping decisions, closing wrong doors and clearing the path for what is coming. Do not mistake their distance as delay. They are not far away. They are on their way. And though you cannot see their journey, heaven sees every step. That restlessness is what keeps them from settling. It is what keeps them from distraction. It is what keeps them moving forward in obedience. Because even though they can't put it into words, their spirit knows what your spirit already knows. God is getting ready to bring you together for His glory. And nothing can stop what heaven has already started. Before the promise ever reaches your hands, God begins the process of preparation. This is one of the most overlooked but essential truths about divine timing. Everyone wants the reward, the marriage, the answered prayer, but few truly understand the weight of what it means to be made ready by God. Before He ever presents the blessing, He prepares the vessel. This principle is true in every part of life, and it is especially true in the sacred journey of marriage. You see, marriage is not just a celebration. It's a covenant. It's not simply about emotion, it's about assignment. And when something holds that much weight in the spiritual realm, God will not hand it over casually. He is not slow, as some understand slowness. He is intentional. Every season of waiting, every moment that seems quiet, every delay that feels painful is part of the preparation. God is more interested in making sure you are the right person than rushing to deliver the right person to you. He is shaping your character, your mindset, your heart, your endurance, your faith, and your emotional strength so that when the blessing arrives, it doesn't crush you, it completes you. The world will tell you to look for someone attractive, successful, fun, or adventurous, but God looks deeper. He looks at the soul. And before He brings your future spouse into your life, He wants your soul to be stable. If you're still holding on to past wounds, He'll deal with them. If you still battle insecurity, He'll confront it. If pride, fear, or bitterness are hiding in your heart, He'll bring them to the surface, not to shame you, but to free you. He is not punishing you in the waiting. He is protecting the future of your union. Because a house built on a broken foundation will not stand, no matter how beautiful it looks on the outside. You may wonder why things are taking so long. You've prayed, you've stayed faithful, you've remained pure, but still nothing has shifted. That's because the promise is never more important than the preparation. If God were to give you your future spouse today, would you be ready to love them the way Christ loves the church? Would you be ready to forgive quickly, to serve humbly, to honor consistently, to support faithfully, even when things get hard? These are not small tasks. They require maturity, discipline, and spiritual strength. And those things are not learned overnight. They are forged in the fire of patience, trials, and obedience. And it's not just about you. Your future spouse is also in their own season of preparation. God is molding them, teaching them, refining them, shaping their values and priorities. He's teaching them how to lead with grace, how to speak life, how to pursue purity, how to handle pressure, and how to walk in faith. You wouldn't want someone half prepared. You wouldn't want someone rushing in with unhealed wounds or unchecked immaturity. So trust that the delay is not one-sided. Heaven is working on both ends of this story. Sometimes preparation feels like pruning. It hurts, it's lonely, you feel like everyone else is moving forward, finding someone, getting married, building families, while you're stuck waiting. But what you don't see is that God is building depth in you. He's